So the Maxace Meerkat is one sweet knife. I love this knife. I really do. I think the blade shape is awesome. The handle is awesome. Ergonomically quite comfortable. Love the material mashup of the titanium with, Maxace doing their little touch of blue and the screws and the pivot collar. And what's really sweet is it's in S90V. How about that? Yeah, got away from M390. M390 has been very heavily done in this price range of knives, particular material mashup. I said mass up. I masked up. Okay. Yeah. So seriously, the materials on this guy for the price point being less than 150 bucks is sweet. I don't have a whole lot of S90V, and I really like that steel. It's a great super steel. So this is a really, really nice knife. Frame lock, good. It doesn't give a whole lot of. It really doesn't give any access to the lock bar there. It's very heavily chamfered in that spot, but they kind of make up for it, which is interesting. They make up for it with this sweet jimping that they did. So instead of really, going from the side here, you're going from the top and getting that traction on that jimping to slide it over. So it's a little bit different in the angles in manipulating the lock bar, but it works, and it works really well. So there's really not an issue there at all. Blue backspacer. It's cool that in the box, when you get it, it arrives with extra hardware. You can change out the screws and the backspacer for standoffs, and the same finish as the titanium scales themselves, and get rid of more of that blue and a different pivot screw. So you can kind of do a little bit of a blue delete on this particular version if you want to. They have a darker one. It has a much darker titanium finish. I went with this one. I liked the light with the blue. I felt like the blue popped a little bit more. But anyways, why is my camera going out of focus? Come on, camera. Jeez, maybe I need a new camera. But yeah, great knife, but there is one downfall, and it's a downfall that many of us who have purchased this knife already are talking about. The question is it a deal breaker? Is it a deal breaker? That's the question. So the downfall is the pocket clip. And does a bad pocket clip make or break whether or not you're going to make the purchase on the knife? Interesting to think about, right? So this is the problem. You see the retention ramp that's there? It's actually more on this particular clip. It's more of a hump. So yeah, that little domed, humped, mountainy type, whatever you want to freaking call that crap, that's where the issue lies. Partially. And let me explain. So that's how this clip on this knife looks. Let me show another Maxace, one of my favorites, also a super sweet deal. It's Bowler M390 for the blade steel. So it's refreshing. I like that about the Meerkat, is that you get the S90V instead of the M390. But this is the Maxace Black Mirror, and I've got a video on this, so please watch that and check out this knife if you don't have one already. It's a sweet knife, one super great deal, price wise, lovely access to its frame lock bar, and so here's the clip on it. Now let me carefully hold these up. I'm gonna close the blade just to be on the super safe side, right? Okay. Get these in frame. Focus. Focus. There we go. Ta-da! Alright. So, you see the Meerkat on top, the black mirror on the bottom. You see the difference in the way that hump is done? That's what I'm going to call it. Or the retention ramp. And I say retention ramp for everyone else's, all the others, because the Meerkat is more of a hump, where that is more of a ramp. It's got a more gradual transition to it, whereas that hump is very, I mean, you see the gap that's right there at the beginning? The angle is super steep on that retention part, where the black mirror here is much more of an angled ramp, a softer angle, you know, not so harsh, not so intense. So I believe, well, I'm quite positive that that is the primary reason why the Meerkat is not fun to get in and out, especially in, but in and out of the pocket. Especially in getting it onto a pocket, getting your fabric of your pants pocket past that hump is, I'm not gonna say it's a nightmare. It's not that terrible, but it's enough of an inconvenience that it's fairly irritating. Everybody's gonna be irritated by it at their own level. For me, it's out of 1 out of 10, it's kind of up there around the 7, 8 as far as annoyance goes. Level of annoyance, 1 out of 10. It sits for me at about a 7, 7.5. It's fairly annoying to have to. What I literally have to do is when I get to the edge of the pocket, I have to pry it up with my finger. I have to lift it in order to help it get past the material, past the seam of the edge of the pocket, to get it to slip in there. So this isn't much better here. I got several examples. Here's another one where you see how the ramp is done on this one, on this guy. Gradual, nice gradual angled ramp. Meerkat, not so much. here's another one. We'll put the Meerkat on the bottom for this one. So you see how it's actually a little bit steeper. It's kind of got like a curve. It curves into it, whereas this is just much more abrupt, much more of a straight down. So still a better ramp. And we'll pull out the God, I love this knife too. The Mayhem, the Vostede Mayhem. Love this knife. I've been carrying this guy a lot since I got him. But they did great on their clip as well. Focus camera, focus, there we go. So yeah, you see how it's actually real nice. Airplane, go away airplane, bye bye, I'm leaving on a jet plane. No, so yeah, nice ramp, and it's closer to the edge, like it comes right up to the edge of the termination of the clip there. So yeah, the Vostede Mayhem works really. That clip works really well. The other reason why this is the bugger that he is and having to do that is because it could be longer. They could solve this 2 ways, and I think it needs to. If I was to redesign this clip, I would do 2 things. One, I would make the ramp transition be more like this. I would make it like that instead of that. Okay? This is no issue. this creates an issue. The other way that it would help, again, and I believe both things need to happen, is this sucker needs to be a little bit longer. Just an itty bit longer. I'll show you if we do it like this. So this is the Kaiser Veritas. Love this knife. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, amazing knife. So yeah, the clip on it works fantastic. No issues with it. So if I try to stack these like that, you see how the Veritas clip is just that little bit longer? It's amazing what just the tiniest bit more length on a clip changes the tension, the spring tension on it. Just enough that it would alleviate, because this guy is a bear to bend. You really have to pry at him. So yeah, so if they made it just a hair longer, if they made it the same length as the clip on the Veritas, and look here, I'll show it up with the black mirror, the Maxace black mirror. See how much longer it is? A lot longer of a clip. See the difference there? They wouldn't. I don't think they'd have to go that much of a difference. But if they went this length, yeah, there we go, got it lined up. Yeah, if they went just a hair longer, we're talking like maybe 1 to 2 millimeters. I would say a good 2 millimeters would do it. Here's the petrified fish. Why can't I ever remember the name of this knife? Scholar, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. So many knives. So little time. Focus, camera. Come on, you can do it. Ta-ta-ta-da. Okay. Yeah. You see the difference in the length of it? Again, just much longer. So, you get the point. You get the point. Yeah, so if they did those two things, if they made it a millimeter or two longer, and they made a smoother transition, a more gentle angle transition for that hump, it would be perfect. This knife would be absolutely 100% in my eyes, 100% perfect in its design. The clip is the only flaw in my opinion. The only flaw. Again, love the blade shape, love the way the grinds are, the handle, the Urcos, everything is absolutely fantastic, and the price point is superb for getting that S90V steel with the titanium handle. Yeah, this is a fantastic knife. I love it so much. They just needed to do a better clip. So, the question is that a deal breaker? That's entirely up to you. Obviously, it wasn't a deal breaker for me. It wasn't a deal breaker for quite a number of us who have already purchased it. But, it might be for you. I think what helps it not be a deal breaker is the fact that Maxace gives you that S90V instead of the M390. Many of us Maxace fanboys / just, you know, like their knives quite a bit and own a handful. It's refreshing for us to see it in that steel rather than everything being in M390. So I think that and the price point is what does it, at least for sure for me. I still said yes to it because, one, getting it right around 140, 142 bucks, I think it was, through White Mountain Knives with the 10% off code. Yeah, that price, yeah, I think it was 142. But anyways, under 150 with your discount code. So, yeah, fantastic price for the materials that you're getting. Got some more S90V in my collection, and that's a wonderful thing. Love it, love it, love it. Everything else about this knife is freaking spot on, home run. It would have been a grand slam if they had done a better clip. So will they or will they not make another clip for it and sell it for maybe 10-12 bucks, you know, to just mostly help the cost of shipping and you know, just not making really hardly any money off of the sale of it, but making all of us much happier with the knife by giving us a more effective pocket clip on it. That would be awesome. That would be really stellar of them to do that. Will they do it? I have no idea. Possibly, probably not. I think they're just chalking it up as oops, we should have done better. Sorry, the next ones we'll pay a little bit more attention in the future. I think that's kind of how they're going to take the approach on it, as much as Neves Knives has reached out to them and let them know. So I'm sure that they are very aware of our gripes. But as far as what exactly they're going to do about it, I have no idea. But that is the Maxace Meerkat, and I think it's an awesome knife. I've explained why I think it's still worth grabbing for that price point and getting that S90V steel in a fantastically designed folder. Thanks for checking it out with me, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.